Hello, good morning and good afternoon to the UK and to anyone in Perth. I think I'm a minute or so early, but I didn't give a warning today, so I thought I'd just start up a few minutes early. We've got a gorgeous day here, afternoon here in Perth, and we are going to be outside. I'm going to be outside today. Morning, Julia. So today is long and strong, which is a bit of stretching, holding, balancing, a bit of core work. I don't know about you, I don't know how your weekends were, but mine was unpacking boxes and bending down a lot, so I need an awful lot of bending and stretching. So say hello if you're there. Again, go within your limits. It's not a competition, this one, and no one can see what you're doing. Not quite ready, Leslie. That's all right. Catch up when you can. So do what you can do, and don't overstretch or over push it. As I've said before, I can't see what you're doing, so be sensible and be careful and do what works for you best. So I'm going to try and talk through things and try and go as slowly or fluidly as I can. Morning, Joe. So it is, I think, 5 seconds till start time. So I think we will make a start. We're back on normal schedule this week, and I hope to see most of you with me. Righto. And it's we're coming to the end of our second month of lockdown. Morning, Chris. I hope everyone's staying sane and still keeping fit and healthy. Hi, Gina. And here in Perth, we're relaxing things as of next week. Restaurants are allowed to open with, I think, 20 people inside, and sporting activities of 20. And I reckon our gym will be open in the next 4 weeks if all goes to plan. So I think we've got 7 recorded cases of COVID in Western Australia, and no new cases for the last few days. So it's all good for us, I'm afraid. Not so good for the UK, I don't think. But no travel, so shan't be back in the country for a while, which is a shame. Anyhow, enough chit-chat. Let's crack on with this. Could talk forever on that, but we're not going to. Right then, so standing up nice and tall. I'm going to go sideways. We're going to take a big, deep breath in. Big breath in and fill the lungs, stretching up. Roll forward as you breathe out. Look up, breathe in, put your hands to the mat, take a step back, come down on your belly as you breathe out, breathe in as you push up, breathe out as you push up into downward dog. In this downward dog position, hold it, 5 deep breaths, and think about pushing back through the hips, think about getting the heels to the ground. If you have to bend your knees, that's okay. And just look through your toes with your eyes. Relax your head through your shoulders. Maybe another deep breath. Fill the lungs in through the chest, out through the belly, drawing the stomach in. And from that position, take a big breath in as you walk or step forwards. And exhale, just relax down and breathe in, filling those lungs again. And exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Hopefully that was the right sort of pace. Try and focus on a nice fluid movement, breathing in and out as you move from one position to the next. Okay, let's do that again. Big breath in. Big breath in, fill the lungs. Exhale as you fall forward. Inhale, looking up, stretching back. Exhale, hands, feet back, down to the floor. Inhale as you look up, and then back into downward dog, exhaling into that position. Again, feel a stretch through the hamstrings, the calves, and the lower back. 5 deep breaths in this position. Big breath in through the chest and out through the tummy. Every time you breathe out, engage those stomach muscles a little bit more. Let's do 2 more of those breaths. Again, pushing back through the heels and the hips. Nice slow breaths, don't rush it. Relax into it, stretch into it. Inhale curl down again. Inhale, all the way up, and exhale down again. One more of those. Big breath in, filling the lungs. Exhale as you fall forwards. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, hands to the mat, feet back, dropping down, belly to the floor. Inhale, looking up. Again, exhale into downward dog. And hold. Pushing back through the hips, sticking your bottom in the air, and just take your gaze down through your ankles. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly, controlled. Think of it as a bit of meditation. There's no rush here. Really feel that stretch, soften the knees if you need to. One more of those breaths. Hopefully you're going slow enough. And inhale, take a step forwards or walk forward, straighten the legs. Exhale, relax down, and then inhale, coming up, and breathe out. Okay, as we've done before, as part of our warm-up, we're going to do that again. Who's that? Marcia. Hope you're joining in, not just watching, Marcia. So we're going to do that again, but with that stepping extension. It's called a warrior, I think, or something like that, but you know what I mean. So we're going to start with big breath in again. Fill the lung. Exhale, falling forwards. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, hands to the mat, feet back, dropping down. Inhale, push up. Exhale into downward dog. And just hold for a second. We're going to get ready to take the right foot forwards and in between the hands if you can. Okay, so we're going to take that right foot forwards, turn your left foot out, stretch up, come straight back down again. Hands to the side of the foot, foot back, and into downward dog. Hold here again for a second, let everyone catch up. And then we're going to come forward and drop down. We're going to push back up and return back to downward dog. This time we're going to take the left foot forwards. Turn the right foot out, stretch all the way up, come down again, foot back, downward dog. Let's take 5 breaths in this position. Let's enjoy that stretch again. Nice and relaxed, slow breaths. Two more of those. And inhale, bring the feet to the hands, stretch out the legs and relax. And inhale, coming all the way up, stretch up and relax again. Okay, one more time of those. Right, a little bit faster this time. Big breath in. Exhale, falling forwards. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, hands to the mat, feet back, belly to the ground. Inhale, straightening the arms, looking up. Exhale to downward dog, pushing back. Inhale, right foot forwards, left leg back, stretching up, and exhale, back. Coming down again, up into upward dog, exhale into downward dog. Left leg forwards, right foot out, reaching up, stretching out, and back down again. And hold in that downward dog position. Again, we're going to do 5 more deep breaths, in through the chest, out through the belly. Relax into it and enjoy it. 2 more. Inhale, walk your feet or step your feet forwards and straighten the legs. Exhale, curl down. Inhale, come up, stretch out, and relax. Okay, you should be nicely warmed up. So, what we're going to do next is a little bit of stretching of the hips, the glutes, hamstrings, and the quads. So this time, take your feet actually just about hip width apart. So not too far apart, your feet should be pointing forwards. Take a big breath in. Fill the lungs and exhale, just roll forwards, just getting your hands in between your toes. You might be able to touch the ground, you might not be able to touch the ground. And just hold that position. If you have to soften your knees, do so. Just take 5 deep breaths, in through the chest and out through the belly. And remember, every time you exhale, you're engaging your stomach muscles to deepen that stretch. In through the chest, out through the belly. 2 more breaths. And again, in through the chest, out through the belly, deepening that stretch using your stomach muscles. Soften the knees a little bit and take a big breath in, stretch up and relax down. This time you're going to take your feet really wide. Widen the hip width apart. We're going to take our hands behind the back like so. I'll stand this way actually, then you can probably hear me better. So you can take a deep breath in, fill the lungs. Exhale, come forward and let the hands just flop over your head. Again, take 5 deep breaths. In through the chest, out through the belly, deepening that stretch with every single exhale. Use your stomach to pull you into that stretch. Don't overdo it, but use those muscles. 1 more breath. In through the chest, out through the belly. Okay, this time lift your head up, eyes forwards, and come up really slowly with a nice straight back. And relax. Center yourself a little bit, you might be a bit lightheaded. And relax there. Okay, I'm noticing the sun is going to come right through. Never mind, I'm sure you can see me. Okay, it's like a halo. Maybe if I stand there, that'll do for now. Okay, right, next, feet more than hip width apart. Left foot out, right foot forwards, arms out, fill the lungs. Drop your hips over to the right side and come over like a windmill. Legs are nice and straight. You should be breathing deeply now. Pushing that right arm up to the sky, keeping that chest open. Try not to flop forwards like this. You want to keep that chest open in a nice straight line. Another couple of deep breaths. Every time you breathe out, engage your stomach muscles. Deepen that stretch a little bit. Stretching up to the ceiling. 1 more breath. In through the chest, out through the belly. And take a big breath in and come back up. All right, arms still out. This time take your right foot out, your left foot forwards, arms out, and push your hips over to the left and drop down. Keep going. Who's that? Ali, Kate. Yoga at 9:30, Marcia, okay. And stretching out. You should have another couple of breaths to go. Keeping that stretch down through the right leg. Pushing that arm up, left arm to be up. Keep the chest open, don't flop those shoulders back. 1 more deep breath, in through the chest, out through the belly. And breathing in, come up and relax. Okay, all right, time for some balancing work. Might be your favourite part of the session. Maybe if I move over. I'm just going to move this a little bit so I didn't got that blinding light right behind me. It helps a little bit, not a huge amount. Yeah, okay, that'll do. All right. Okay, so let's go on to 1 leg. Take your right knee up. If you can hold it up, hold it up. But what you want to be doing is standing nice and straight. So keep that back straight and engaged. Just in that position, take 5 deep breaths, nothing more. You're balancing on your left leg, you're engaging your back muscles and your core muscles. Every time you breathe out, you're engaging your stomach muscles. You've probably had 3 or 4 breaths already. And swap legs. So, left leg in your hands. If you have to hold it here, that's fine, just hold it there, but hold it where you can to keep that back nice and straight. Focus on the spot to get your balance if you need to. Big breath in through the chest, out through the stomach. Holding strong, shoulders back, standing tall. 2 more deep breaths in through the chest, out through the belly. And relax. Okay, shake it out a little bit. This time, we're gonna go, let's go here. That sun is, hang on, let me try that. Sun's, ooh, that's even gonna be worse, isn't it? Let's go back here. Go in here and hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, let's get back onto our one-legged thing. So you're gonna take one leg into either your thigh, your knee, or your ankle, wherever you're comfortable. Take a big breath in, fill the lungs. Breathe out, look to the opposite side to which leg. I've got my right leg up, so I'm looking to my left. Again, standing tall, engaging the shoulder blades and the shoulders, chest out. Big breaths in through the chest, out through the belly. 2 more. Focus on a spot. Keep that posture nice and tall. In through the chest, out through the belly. 1 more. Holding strong, holding tall. And relax. Swap sides. Bringing that foot up. Big breath in. I'm half in the house and half not in the house now to keep away from the sun. Okay, big breath in and breathe out. Turn your head over to the opposite side to which leg is bent. And take some nice deep breaths in through the chest, out through the belly. Again, standing tall. Engage your core muscles and your shoulders and your back. Just focus on that balance point. 2 more deep breaths in through the chest, out through the belly, and 1 more. And eyes forwards, relax your shoulders and relax your legs. Okay, last standing exercise. This time we're just going to hold a leg up. So again, standing tall, engage your core. Just take a leg straight if you can and just hold straight. So you're engaging your thigh muscles here, also your hip flexors, and you're working the standing leg. So if you can take your hands straight above, stretching up, you might have had 3 breaths already. Keep that leg nice and straight, hold it as high as you possibly can. Another 2 breaths, stretching those arms above the head. 1 more breath. And relax, shake it out, we're going to swap sides. So, again, 1 leg out in front, engage your quads, big breath in, reaching up, and exhale, engaging the core muscles, keep that leg nice and strong, working those thigh muscles, keeping the shoulders back, chest out. Another 3 deep breaths in this position. Make sure you're engaging your stomach muscles every time you breathe out. And relax. Shake it out. Okay, right, we're going to do a little bit of holding warrior type position. So, all you're going to do is take a big step forward, lunge forwards. With your left leg. Then take your right foot out, and I'm going to have to move this because I've got no space. Let's see how we can do that. You might get a bit blinded, but at least I can fit. Okay. You're going to take your You're going to bend your left leg and you're going to hold your arms out. Your right leg's really straight and strong, and you're going to look over to your left hand, which is stretched out. And all I want you to do is hold that position, 5 deep breaths, looking over to your left hand. You want to keep that left knee out, try not to let it flop forward. Sounds terrible. Keep going. I'm going to just have to move it a bit. Maybe I'll have one foot in and one foot out. It's work in progress, this positioning for this thing at this time of day. Another deep breath. Keep that leg nice and strong. Keep that knee over the toes. Stretching out, opening the chest. And come up and swap sides. Again, right toes are out, left toes are forwards. Bending that right knee. Looking over the right shoulder, stretching out. Again, keep that left knee forwards, not flopping that way. Okay, so you want to be in line with your toes. So big, strong stretch out, opening the chest. 2 more deep breaths, holding that position. Really stretch out those arms and engaging the core muscles every time you breathe out. And straighten the right leg and come back forwards. Okay. All right, I think we can go onto the floor. And we're going to do our hip flexor stretch, because I really think this is a good stretch, particularly if you're runners. Okay. Right, you're going to come onto one knee. Let's go at an angle like that. Onto one knee. So go onto your right knee. Take your left foot forwards, quite a long way forwards. Shoulders back. Just push those hips forwards. So you should be in a nice right angle here. And you're really opening up this hip here. All right, so you've got your left knee forward. So you're going to take your right elbow. Stretch it across that left knee. Pop your hands together. Bring up your left elbow and look over your left shoulder. Now, take 5 deep breaths. You might have had a couple already. You should be looking over your left shoulder, and every time you breathe out, go a little bit deeper into that stretch, that rotation. Okay, so every exhale, again, nice and slow and controlled, there's no rush. Every exhale, just deepen that stretch and that rotation a little bit more. 1 more of those, in through the chest, out through the belly. Left elbow's nice and high if you can. And relax. Bring your eyes forward, put your hands onto your knee and push up and swap sides. So your right foot is forwards, quite a long way forwards, and you're pushing through the hips there. Hi Carrie. So you're pushing through the hips, you're taking your left elbow over that right knee. Clasp your hands together, right elbow high up to the sky, looking over your right shoulder. Deep breaths in through the chest, out through the belly. Every time you breathe out, you want to rotate a little bit more. Another few deep breaths. In through the chest, out through the belly. 1 more deep breath. Really get some rotation there. And eyes forwards, hands on your knee, and just loosen that off a little bit. All right. Okay, so from there, just going to go into child's pose for a second. A few breaths. And then we're going to do some seated stretches of the hamstrings and the lower back. So sit onto your heels if you can. And actually I would take your knees wide as well. So take your knees wide and you're sort of sitting onto your heels. Take a deep breath in and just walk your hands forwards, getting that chest down to the mat. From this position, just relax and breathe. Deep breaths, controlled breaths. Every time you breathe out, go a little bit deeper. Walk those hands away a little bit further. And just relax into it. Feeling the stretch through the shoulders, the lower back, also inside the thighs, your adductors, and around the hips. One more deep breath, in through the chest, out through the belly, and come up. Okay, all right. What we are going to do is sit up nice and tall, legs straight. Actually, legs straight but wide this time. So you want to be sitting up on your bum bones. Try and keep the shoulders back, back strong, core engaged. Keep your legs engaged so your thighs are locked and your feet are flexed so your toes are pointing up, almost so that your heels are off the floor. So you're really actively working those leg muscles. You're not just sitting there like a jelly. So actively work those leg muscles. Take a deep breath in and come down to the middle. I can't even move. I don't think I've actually moved anywhere. Anyway, hopefully you can move a bit more than me. Focus on your breathing, nice deep breaths. And try and focus on getting that chest a little bit nearer to the ground. God, I hope some of you are more flexible than I am. This is terrible. Focus on those nice deep breaths. 2 more breaths in through the chest. Out through the belly. Try and get that, good God, that chest down to the mat. Could never be a yoga teacher. God, I need some more of this. 1 more breath, in through the chest, out through the belly, stretching forwards, and come up. Oh God. Okay, sorry about that. I have to be a bit less vocal. All right, so sitting up tall, take your right foot, tuck it into your left thigh. Left leg's nice and straight. And you are going to flex your foot, engage your quads, sit up tall. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly, reach over to that left side. Again, let's have 5 breaths. Just control deep breaths every time you breathe out. Just inch further down and across to that left side. Doesn't matter where you are or how far you've gone. As you can see, I'm not doing this very well, so it's really at your level. There's no race, no competition. You can't see what your neighbour's doing, so it doesn't really matter. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. 1 more of those. And come up. All right, let's swap sides. Right leg's out straight. Left leg is bent, foot into your thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. In through the chest, out through the belly, reaching over to your right side. Again, coming down as far as your body will let you. You may be super flexible, or you may not be like me. So let's have another 3 deep breaths. In through the chest, out through the belly, just going a little bit deeper with every single breath. Okay, let's do a couple more. In through the chest, out through the belly. Feel a stretch down your lower back, inside of your thighs. And 1 more. And coming all the way up. Okay. All right. Last couple of stretches. We're going to sit tall again. Sitting up on your bum bones. Bend your right knee. Cross your left knee. Okay. So your right knee is across your left knee. Your left leg is straight. Left arm over your right knee. Right hand on the floor behind you. Look over your right shoulder. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Every time you exhale, just rotate a little bit further, pushing through nice and gently into that lower back stretch. You should feel a stretch of your piriformis a little bit as well, particularly if you can put a bit of pressure on that bent right knee to push it across with your left arm. 1 more breath, easing into that stretch a little bit further. And relax. Unravel yourself nice and slowly. And swap sides. So your right leg is straight, your left leg is bent across that right knee. Left arm behind you on the floor. Right elbow across that left knee. Look over your left shoulder. 5 deep breaths, putting a bit of pressure on that knee Rotating backwards, looking over that shoulder a little bit more. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Good, 2 more of those. And slowly come forwards, unravel and sit up. Okay, last thing we're going to do whilst we finish off is just either sit with your feet together, sitting tall, or cross-legged, or cross-legged out there, whatever you can do, or if you need to put your bottom on a cushion or something, do that. But just try and sit tall and just focus on stretching out these adductors here. 5 deep breaths, sitting tall, up onto your bum bones. Might want to hold your feet or whatever's comfortable. Focus on your breathing. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Just relax into it. 2 more breaths, in through the chest, out through the belly. And 1 more, in through the chest, out through the belly. And just come out of that, give yourself a little shake off, do some more stretching if you wish, but we are done for this particular half hour. So thanks guys, thank you for listening and still being there. Hopefully it's not getting too monotonous, but again, if you have any suggestions, thoughts, concerns, questions, just let me know. I will be here until I can no longer be here, when I'm called back to work. And when you're all called back to work as well and don't need me anymore. So that's fine. I will continue. So tomorrow, 4 o'clock, I may or may not send a reminder, but I'll be here. 4 o'clock doing, what are we doing? All body, every bit of everything. So thanks guys, have a great day and see you then. Bye.